Iranians today gathered in Tehran to bid farewell to their supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, killed by the U.S. and Israel 4 months ago. Among the mourners were 3 of his sons. But one son was notably absent.
Pictures of the new supreme leader are all over Tehran. Ayatollah Mojtaba is everywhere, but nowhere. He hasn't been seen in public or in video since the war began. Not even now, during his father's funeral.
A senior Iranian official denied to NBC News media reports and rumors that Ayatollah Mojtaba was badly injured or even disfigured in the attack that killed his father. The official confirmed Mojtaba was hurt, but described the injuries as not very serious. Iran has offered no explanation for his absence. It could be for security. Israel's defense minister said Mojtaba is marked for death. And it is still possible he will make an appearance, as his father's body, starting tomorrow, will be brought across Iran and into Iraq before being buried in his hometown, the Iranian city of Mashhad, on Thursday. Richard Engel, NBC News, Tehran.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1. And it goes into Edom, which is the biblical nationality of the so-called white people, the ones who's in the power seat here today, will be humbled, because that's what's coming for you Edomites, starting here in America and also all across the world, the Israelis, the Russians, and so forth and so on. Verse 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord, power concerning Edom. So this is concerning all of you so-called white people, you Europeans, you Caucasian race. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. And a rumor is when people are talking. And what is everybody talking about right now? Especially the Iranians. What are they talking about right now? They're mourning for their former supreme leader that you Americans, you Israelis, assassinated. So we have heard a rumor from the Lord. And an ambassador is sent among the heathen. And what is one of those heathen nations that's mourning right now? The Iranians. Arise ye, and they are the modern day Persians and Medes. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her. And who is her? Babylon the Great, aka America, the nasty and filthy whore, in battle. So what are these nations getting ready for? World War III. And that's how you Edomites are going to be humbled. Let's get to the next video clip. But call hello Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi, which is all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Bahashem Rika Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit that deliver us all wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopefully elect, the men, women, and children that serve in the Lord in sincerity and also truth, presenting their bodies as living sacrifices here in these last days, and forsaking this wicked and decrepit world that we see on its way out of here. Continue to push. This your brother Mashiach coming back at you with another refreshing and, Lord willing, it's edifying and straight to the point. Let's get right to it. This next video clip about crowds gather for Iran's late supreme leader and chant death to America. Because these Edomites, let's show you. Let's go back to the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 2 now. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, especially you Israeli Edomites. You're surrounded by Arab nations, and now they want to get at your motherfucking ass. They want your head. Thou art greatly despised, meaning hated Not only the Israelis, but now the crowds gathering for Iran's late supreme leader and chant death to America, because now these Edomites are greatly despised. Verse 3, here's the reason why. The pride, ain't that the American slogan? We're proud to be an American. The pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock. And that's what Caucasian means. It means cave dweller. Ain't that what they call themselves? The Caucasian race, the European nation, the white people whose habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's the pride, that they don't think they can ever be stopped or touched for all the rape, robbery, and murder that they have done all across the world. And they still doing it till this day. That's why the crowds gather for Iran's late supreme leader and chant death to America, because that's what they did to their leader.
Organizers say that millions of people are now gathering here in the streets of Tehran. The body of the late supreme leader is right there on a truck being brought through the streets of this city. We're going to see if we can get on top of this fire truck to get a wider view of the crowds. They seem to be letting us. The truck is moving very slowly through the streets of Tehran because of the crowds. Just a sea of flags and crowds as far as the eye can see. This is a ritual of mourning, but it is also a political rally, a way for the government to show that it is still in charge, that from many Iranians' perspective, it won the war despite being attacked by the United States and Israel.
You heard that? It won the war. But meanwhile, here in America, they're telling you that, hey, we're winning the war. That Iran, they're on the run from us. They don't want to make a deal, but they're lying to you. The Iranians, they know that they won the war, and they got America on flight, not knowing what to do. The Straits of Hormuz is not going to be open to you for you to make riches here in America anymore. It's over with.
There are millions of people in the streets of this city, according to organizers, and it may be one of the biggest public funerals anywhere in modern history. So they let us on the truck. Now we're going to see if we can get deeper into the crowds. You can hear, once again, the shouts of death to America.
There you go. Your own kind telling you what they're chanting. Death to America. Why? Just like the prophet Obadiah said, thus said the Lord. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, the Iranians, man, that you thought that you could just go over there and conquer like you did Venezuela. But that didn't happen. Thou art greatly despised, and that made that hatred towards the Americans, the Israelis, even greater. So verse 4, to show you who the Lord is speaking about in Obadiah. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Ain't that America's mascot? And though thou set thy nest among the stars, your Palantir, your Space Force, your satellites, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. And that's what is starting to happen to America. It's being brought low. It no longer has that might, that strength it had in its early beginnings, because the Lord is getting ready to strip the throne away from these Edomites. Remember, Edom will be humbled. That's what's coming.
That is something we've been hearing throughout this mourning ritual, throughout this week of activities. People say they want revenge, they want the war to be over, but they say that the death of the late supreme leader must be avenged. Some people have said that President Donald Trump must be killed for the war that he launched with Israel.
You see that? Whose two heads are up there with targets on them? Benjamin Netanyahu, which is the Israeli Edomites, and then Donald J. Trump, which is his sidekick, his bitch. That do everything the Israelis tell his red asses to do here in America. Wanted. And you're not only wanted by the Iranians, you're also wanted from the Lord. He's ready to get at you, Edomites, for what you did to him over 2,000 years ago, which was the Romans. And that's what we're in. We're in a revival of ancient Rome. But hey, Edom will be humbled. Habakkuk chapter 2. Matter of fact, let's get the chant in the Iranian language. Because let's read Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 2 again. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And that's what you see. You see targets on who? Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald J. Trump. And this is the chant from Associated Press. Iran government supporters chant death to America after supreme leader killed. Let's hear it in their language. But I thought America was going over there to liberate the Iranians, to give them freedom from their tyrannical leaders. No, they're chanting DTA to America, man, for what you did to their leaders, showing you that everything they're telling us here in America is bullshit. The reason why they went over there and fucked with those people. The Iranians didn't do nothing to America. They ain't attacked the souls of America like America did them. So why are we over there, right? But let's get Habakkuk now. Habakkuk chapter 2 in verse 5. Yea, also, because he, who is he? The Edomites, the Israelis, and the Americans, because he transgresseth by wine, which is his philosophy, his doctrine, his way of living of life, his democracy. And that's what they wanted to go over there and push down the Iranians' throats. You got to make a deal with us. That's his wine. He is a proud man. Who is that speaking about? Donald J. Trump. Let's hear what he got to say about the Iranians. He's a proud man.
We attacked very powerfully last night the very dangerous people from Iran. They're sick. There's something wrong with them.
You heard that? The dangerous people of Iran. Like, they came over here and dropped a bomb on the Empire State Building or the Statue of Liberty. Like, they blew that up. No. That 9/11 bullshit that happened in 2001, that was your own government here in America. The Iranians ain't did nothing here on the American soils. But guess what America has done all throughout the world? And set up embassies and went over there and stole those people resources in Iraq and Afghanistan, right? But meanwhile, he's calling them scum. And that's the reason why Habakkuk said, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, his way. It's Esau's way or the highway. Everyone else is wrong and he's right. That's that wine. That's that witchcraft and sorcery. He is a proud man. He wants you to think that the Iranians are terrorists, but meanwhile, they're terrorizing over there in the Middle East. That's that wine. He is a proud man. Neither keep it at home. He's all across the world, but meanwhile, America is decaying. America is collapsing. America is in a depression. America is in a recession. But he neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. What did they do to the Middle East? They turned that place into a hellhole, a third world country, bombing it to goddamn death. It is as death. That's all they're spreading throughout the world. And that's his wine, his philosophy, his way. It leads to what? A death culture and cannot be satisfied. This man, hey man, wants Iran to make a deal with them. Why do they got to make a deal with you, man? You don't own anything over there in the Middle East, but that's what they want to do. They want to spread their serpent juice, their democracy down your throat. But gather it unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people. They want everyone to take on their way. Be just like America. And if you don't make a deal, this is what he has to say about you.
People from Iran, they're sick. There's something wrong with them. We said, go and do your funeral stuff. And instead of that, they start shooting rockets at ships. yesterday. And so we hit them very hard last night, very hard. I would say 20 to 1, 20 times tougher.
And is as death. We hit them 20 times harder. Meaning you're destroying more things over there. You're turning it into a hellhole.
I told them every time you hit, we hit. And of course they're dirty players, so they go after everyone, probably including me. I've been number one on their list for years.
They go after me, but meanwhile, you're the one who attacked them first. You see the lies, the sorcery that he works right in front of your eyes? Iran ain't did nothing to America but defend themselves, but that's illegal now. You just gotta you gotta take that, like Diddy. Take that. Bend over, take it from the rear. That's what America does to all the other nations. And you better not have anything to say. Make a deal. Take that. These proud ass.
And they're a bunch of scum. You want to know the truth? They're scum. And so we don't like them. I don't like them. And they're evil people. And it's the denuclearization of Iran. And we're going to denuke it. We're not going to let them because they're crazy. And they can't have a nuclear weapon. And they go around killing people. They've killed thousands and thousands of our soldiers.
Are you serious? What happened to the indigenous people of this land, the Native American Indians that you stole the land for and committed genocide against? But they killed. Are you serious? You got some goddamn nerve. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe, woe means what? Death. To him that increaseth that which is not his. The Middle East or Asia don't belong to you Americans. Why are you making them make a deal? That's their land. That's their inheritance. How long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay. America is in so much goddamn debt to all of these other nations like China. They pretty much own everything here in America. All the different businesses, the farmland. And the debt clock is continuously ticking here in America, which is that thick clay. Ibatya, I believe that's how you say it in the Hebrew, which goes into heavy debt, thick clay that America would never be able to get out of. But meanwhile, they're worried about what's going on over there in the Middle East. And what is that taunting proverb against him? And say, woe, woe means what? Death to America. Let's rewind. That's that taunting proverb. Now that these Iranians are mourning for their leaders, they're now chanting that. That's that taunting proverb.
They want the war to be over, but they say that the death of the late Supreme Leader must be avenged. Some people have said that President Donald Trump must be killed for the war that he launched with Israel against this country. So this is...
You heard that? Must be killed. That's that taunting proverb. Verse 7, Habakkuk chapter 2. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Ain't that what's happening in Iran? They're rising up. They're chanting. They're doing rituals. And awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. They're going to spoil America. Why? Verse 8. Because thou, you Edomites, has spoiled many nations. Not just Iran, not just Iraq, not just Afghanistan. Remember, you dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the Japans, or the Japanese. So because thou hast spoiled many nations, this land, it didn't belong to you. The indigenous, the Native American Indians, which are Israelites that you stole the land and committed genocide against. You have spoiled many nations and are continuously going on their tyrannical rampage right now. Still, we want Venezuela, we want Cuba, we want Colombia, we want Uruguay, we want Greenland, we want Mexico. Because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people, the other nations, shall spoil thee. China, Russia, Iran, Turkey, South Africa. The BRICS nations are getting ready to humble Edom because of man's blood. Ain't that what they shed? Ain't that what Christopher Columbus said? That he couldn't set his sword down for 1 hour. That's how much blood he was shedding. And for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveted. What happens when you covet something? You want other people's land. And evil covetousness to his house. America. They want to plant their flag in everyone else's land, that he may set his nest on high. He want to be the king of the hill, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. The bad times that's getting ready to take place here on the earth, which is World War III. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people. You have killed many people. The Palestinians, the Iranians, the Afghanistanians, the Iraq, all over the Middle East. You have shedded blood. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. So all the destruction that you're doing across the world, it's a witness against you. When you drop bombs and destroy buildings. Verse 12, woe to him that builded a town with blood. America was built off the blood of the Israelites. And establish a city by iniquity. And that's what America is, the mystery of iniquity, which is Babylon the Great, aka America. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts. Or is it not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire? So that's what's coming to America. And the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. And that's what we're bringing out right now, or what the Lord is preparing to do.
Both a funeral procession and something of a victory parade for this country. Many Iranians, of course, do not support this government, aren't on the streets today. And just a few months ago, there was a mass protest movement that was brutally crushed, trying to overthrow the regime. Now, we don't see the opposition on the streets. We don't hear from them. This is a way for the government to show that it is firmly in control.
There you go. Firmly in control. Let's get back to that wine. That rhetoric that Trump is spewing out.
They've killed hundreds of thousands of innocent people. They had the roadside bomb, Soleimani. I took care of him first term. And that was a big thing, because I think he probably would be a lot stronger had he been around, because he was a bad guy, but he was an evil genius, but a bad guy. And he was the father of the roadside bomb. The roadside bomb is a bomb that goes on when you're driving your little vehicle around, and it goes on and you have no legs, no arms, and no face. And they've killed thousands and thousands of people. Even the SS Cole was theirs, you know, if you remember that disaster. So I don't like them at all. And frankly, I think we waste a lot of time with them. I think we should just do our business. Can you imagine? They start shooting bombs, actually missiles at ships yesterday. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, a couple of others. And they don't. I don't think they know what the hell they're doing. But they're bad people, very bad people. I think they're incompetent, by the way. Because if they were competent, they would have made a deal a long time ago. Like, how about 47 years ago? So they've been in trouble for 47 years. And we took out their first set of leaders. We took out their second set of leaders. They want to take out the U.S. leader, me. I'm on every list. I saw things this morning. I'm on every single one of their lists. And so far, I guess I've been a little bit lucky, but that maybe doesn't last very long, because that's the way it goes. But we have great people. But these are evil, sick people, and we have to rid their cancer. Their cancer. And you know what you do? You got to cut out cancer early.
And that's what the Lord is preparing to do to this place. Matter of fact, let's get that and we'll close it out. And this is going to be Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 10. We're going to start it off at verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, which is fraud, rape, robbery, and murder. That's how America accumulated its wealth. These Edomites, Esau. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, because who's in the power seat right now? Ruling. Let's see real quick. Second Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 9. For Esau, which is the forefather of the Edomites, is the end of the world, because that's who the world or the earth was given over into the hands of, the wicked. Job 9 and 24. And Jacob, whose name changed to Israel, is the beginning of it that followed. That's who the kingdom is getting ready to be translated to. Because Esau, the so-called white people, is the end of the world. Verse 9, why is earth and ashes proud? Remember, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. Speaking about who? You guessed it, the so-called white man, DJ Trump. There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Remember, they covet fields and take them by violence. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell. You already sold your birthright, Esau. Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. He's a low-life scum, but meanwhile he's calling the Iranian scum. Verse 10, here's the point. The physician cutteth off a long disease. What is that long disease? That cancer. Who is that cancer of the earth? What do they have here in America? The CDC, Center Disease Control. They control these goddamn diseases. They release it out to the public because they are the fucking disease that has to be cut out. And who is the physician that's getting ready to come back? Yahushua HaMashiach. And where is he coming to? Let's see real quick. Let's see real quick. Let's get that physician and where he's coming to. Bear with me real quick. Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 1. God's vengeance on the nations. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Remember, Edom is going to be humble. That's what the prophet Obadiah said. With dyed garments from Basra. Why is his garments going to be dyed? This that is glorious and his apparel, because he's coming back as the physician. Remember, a physician is what? A doctor, a healer. He normally has on that all white mink coat with different pockets on it with his utensils, so he can do what? Heal. And that's where Yahushua is coming back. He's coming back with those glorious apparel. He's coming back, man, pure white, clean on that UFO, the UAP, the chariots of Israel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. It says, every eye shall see him, even those that pierce him, in the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7, which was the Romans, the Roman centurions, the American military. You're going to witness his second return. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Who is the Lord coming back to save and deliver? The children of Israel. Verse 2, wherefore art thou red? That's that stain that he's going to have on his garments, metaphorically, not literally. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thine garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat, which was an ancient custom. That's how you used to make wine. You used to have to stump out the grapes, and you would get the blood of the grapes all over your garments. And who is going to be the grapes? You Edomites, you other nations, 2/3 of the nation of Israel. That's going to get stumped the fuck out. Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them down, or tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. That's how much killing the Lord is going to be doing, metaphorically. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me. In my fury it upheld me. And I will tread them down, and I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. So the Lord is getting ready to do what? Humble Edom, just like Obadiah the prophet said. So let's go back. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 10 again. The physician cutteth off a long disease. Who is that long disease? The Edomites, the cancer of the world. And he that is today a king, Donald J. Trump. When we having protest all across America a couple months ago about no kings? Yes, we did. And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. What did DJ Trump say about the Iranians? They want his head. Let's hear that one more time, and then we'll close it out.
How about 47 years ago? So they've been in trouble for 47 years, and we took out their first set of leaders. We took out their second set of leaders. They want to take out the U.S. leader, me. I'm on every list. I saw things this morning. I'm on every single one of their lists. And so far, I guess I've been a little bit lucky, but that maybe doesn't last very long, because that's the way it goes. But we have great people. But these are evil, sick people, and we have to rid their cancer. Their cancer. And you know what you do? You got to cut out cancer early.
And that's what the Lord is coming back to do. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 10. The physician, Yahushua, Hamashiach, cut it off a long disease. Who is this from? Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bajra? Bajra was the capital city in ancient Edom. What is that capital city? Here today, America. And he that is today a king, who is the king of America right now, tomorrow shall die. And that's what Trump said about the Iranians. They want his head.
One of their lists, and so far I guess I've been a little bit lucky, but that maybe doesn't last very long, because that's the way it goes. But we have great people, but these are evil, sick people, and we have to rid their cancer. Their cancer. And you know what you do? You got to cut out cancer early. Man, that's the way I feel.
There you go. Call hello Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying, and it's on to the next one. Shalom, Israel.